Hey guys, welcome back to another video of the Daily Dobby. Today is a very special episode because they just released the newest trailer for the new Fantastic Beasts movie, The Crimes of Grindelwald. So, this is something new we're going to do here. We're going to do a trailer reaction. I have not actually seen the trailer yet. Clay has, and he will talk about the entire trailer after I'm done reacting to this. So this video will basically be me reacting to the trailer. So, let's get started. Okay, like I said, I haven't seen the trailer yet, so I'm really pumped to see this. It's time to start the video. Okay.
Address.
Dumbledore and Newt talking.
A safe house in Paris.
Ooh, safe
Why would
house.
I need a safe house in Paris?
Should things at some point go terribly wrong, it's good to have a place to go. You know, for a cup of tea.
Cup of tea.
My brothers, my sisters, the clock is ticking fast.
Oh, that's really cool.
My dream, we who live for truth, for love.
Oh, no.
Take our
No.
rightful
I hate
place.
snakes. No. The genie is coming back.
Where we
That's not good.
We're free.
That's a lot of action, just a little bit.
Or die.
From the writer of J.K. Rowling.
The wizarding and non-wizarding worlds have been at peace for over a century. Grindelwald wants to see that peace destroyed.
You want me to hunt
Exactly,
him down?
that's exactly what we want you to do.
To kill him?
Exactly, you get the point.
Dumbledore, why can't you go?
I cannot move against Grindelwald.
It's the mirror, the one that shows you what you most
It has
want.
to be you.
You don't suffer from motion sickness, do you?
Kowalski!
Well on boats.
You'll be fine.
And they enter a bucket. This November.
Do you know why I admire you, Newt? You do not seek power. You simply ask, is the thing right?
The future will change
The time's coming
forever.
when you're gonna have to pick a side.
That's pretty.
No, I don't do sides.
What are you gonna do?
I think it's something.
Newt, you never met a monster you couldn't
That's
love.
very true.
Let's take him.
Special effects are awesome. Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Grindelwald.
That's your brother?
I think that might have been
We're gonna meet Newt's brother! Okay, that trailer rocked. That trailer was awesome. The special effects, awesome. Audio, awesome. And I got a lot of questions, and I can't wait till the movie comes out. Like, there's a scene where the one... I'm sorry, I forget her name. The one girl with the telekinesis powers, the one that can read your mind, she was crying. So, my question is one of our beloved characters going to die? I hope not. I hope it's not Kowalski, because I like Kowalski. Kowalski's my favorite. And that's also another question. How does Kowalski get his full memory back? I'm not sure if he has, but he seems to know a lot about the wizarding world, and they did erase his memory at the end of the movie, but a little bit. So he still remembered all the creatures and stuff, so he might remember everything, but still. There's a lot of questions that need to be answered, and I can't wait to see what they end up doing. So, at this moment, I'm going to throw you guys over at Clay and see if he can break down this trailer even further.
So, we're going to do a breakdown of this trailer. So, right here at the beginning, you can see is some vehicles. You can see it's like a bus here. And it's Britain's favorite for daily news. So, we're in Britain somewhere. You can see lights, big building over there. So through the trailers, we've learned that Dumbledore and Newt are working closely together to help and bring down Grindelwald. So, this for a cup of tea thing, this could just be Dumbledore's standard humor that he's well known for. Or it could be something that he is referring to, because just the way he says it makes me think. He sounds like he's trying to clue Newt in on something there. So, Grindelwald has a lot of protection on him. They want to make sure he cannot get out, and they're shipping him from some Makusa headquarters in America to who knows where, but he's in a stagecoach carried by Thestrals, which are magical black horses with wings that you can only see if you've seen Death, which is slightly ironic. So as you see here, there's some type of force field around Grindelwald as he's tied to this chair, which is very much like the force field that was around Hogwarts in the final battle against Voldemort and the Death Eaters. And this shield is very strong and nearly indestructible. It would take a very powerful magic to destroy it. So here we've got Tina, and we're assuming Queenie is going to be in it too. But we also have moving statues. And if portraits can move, why can't painting? Why can't statues, I mean? So right here, obviously, we have Nagini, which was Voldemort's snake, basically his best friend, if he had any, and his Horcrux. So now we learn that this character, who is a Maledictus, which means that they have a blood curse that ensures that they will eventually turn into an animal permanently. One animal. So they're slightly like Animaguses, except they'll eventually become the animal. So here we see that her animal curse is a snake, and Tom Riddle was born a few months before the timeline of this movie. So maybe they will include a reference to Tom Riddle in here somewhere. But to me, it looks like Credence is saying Nagini. So I wonder if that's going to be important somehow. If she's going to be like a love interest for Credence or something like that. So it sounds like Grindelwald is trying to convince some people to join his cause, to fight for him, to fight for the freedom of wizards, as he puts it, because they are being oppressed by muggles. So here you can see he's using the spell Serpensotia, which creates snakes to attack your opponent. And he kills the driver, and then kills the man in the stagecoach with Aguamente, which is the water spell. They've been at peace for over a century. I want to know what war they weren't in peace at. And also, Newt's brother is a war hero. So what war did he fight in? Did he fight? Because he could have fought in World War I, but did wizards fight in World War I? That's the thing. So maybe we'll get to learn some more of his backstory in this movie. So there we saw some scenes of Hogwarts. Okay, so right here, Grindelwald is free and using some type of blue fire spell, probably the type that Hermione is so famous for using on Snape's cloak during the Quidditch game. And right here is some snowy scene. And though you don't really see any snow down here, so I wonder if this is one of the mountains around Hogwarts. And if so, what is the scene depicting? Because part of the mountain is exploding outwards. If it's not something around Hogwarts, it could be some reference to Durmstrang, where Grindelwald went to school, because it's somewhere in the north, but no one knows where it is. So possibly in Russia or somewhere like that. And here's a new creature, and we don't really know what that is, but it could be in the Fantastic Beasts book, but we don't have pictures for a lot of them, so we can't tell what creatures they are, but it could also be a whole new creature. And right here looks like the creature described in the Fantastic Beasts book as the Black Cloak, which was a Dementor-like creature that would slide under doorways and eat people, and then would grow bigger after eating them. But we don't know if it can get this big, and this could be another reincarnation of Credence's Obscurus. So there is a circus, a wizarding circus of magical things, and we don't really know, well, we know one act, which is Nagini, and fire breathers, and they have magical creatures there, but I want to know where the circus is stationed and how the Muggles don't find out about it. There's got to be some mystery there. But as you can see, this Tina in the background behind her is something on the wall, which could be either something she's discovered or maybe like a billboard that investigators plan out tracking someone or trying to find a suspect. And here we see more of whatever this thing is. And this could all be one thing with tendrils shooting off from it, or it could be many, many things, but they look like they're on the tops of buildings. So this could be some new type of magic or creature. Now, right here is what interests me. Because as you can see, Queenie is reaching out to this bird on a black cloth, and to me this looks like a phoenix. And since Dumbledore's in this movie, maybe this is where he meets Fox, not his pet, his friend, Phoenix. Here we see Nicholas Flamel, who was Dumbledore's compatriot, and of course invented the Sorcerer's Stone, which would allow him to live for a very long period of time. But something is going something is going on around him, as you can see, some type of magic or some calamity that's happening. So, again, Newt is meeting with Dumbledore. What we've seen in previous trailers is that the government knows, the wizarding governments know that Dumbledore is working with him, and they want to know why, but Dumbledore won't tell them. So here we have the Mirror of Erised, and Dumbledore sees himself in the mirror with Grindelwald. So right here, there's people running, it looks like, looking up at something. Something terrible. Right here is some type of spell that's filling this office workplace with water. It looks like maybe Makusa's headquarters. And there was a revolving magical library, looks like. And right here, we're back again at the place where Dumbledore and Newt were talking, and someone is disapparating. And there we have a portkey, which was first mentioned in Goblet of Fire. It's an interesting piece of magic that can transport you if you can't disapparate. So perfect for the Muggle. Perfect for Muggles. This November, guys, are you excited? I sure am. I'm ready for it. So here you see some type of magic or some type of creature dust that Newt is using. And there's this creature in the background here. And I have no idea what this is, but it looks pretty cool. But if you see, it's mimicking Newt's motions, so I wonder if it's some version of him. And right there, you can see Dumbledore in Hogwarts, I'm assuming, going into a wall, getting like sucked into the wall. So I wonder if this is perhaps the Room of Requirement or some secret room or something secret in Hogwarts. And right here, there's some type of cloth that Nagini is touching, and an arm grabs her through. I don't know what that's about. Kind of creepy though. So right there, there's something exploding, some type of wood thing. So we have a new creature here, and Newt is using some type of furry ball on his wand to perhaps attract it, to try to get it to calm down maybe. We've got Pickett the Bowtruckle back. That's good. He's a very nice character. I like him. So right here, it looks like a Kelpie, which is an Irish magical creature made of kelp. Sorry, not Irish, Scottish. A Scottish creature. So this looks to probably be in the lake beside Hogwarts, and we know there are many magical creatures in there, like the mermaids and the giant squid. Does the giant squid count as magical? I don't know. It's technically real. So here we see Newt riding it, and right there we see planes, like bombing the city or something, but Newt and these other people don't really seem too concerned by that, so I wonder why, but this person right here looks to be some sort of police officer. And that looks to be a police officer woman right there beside Grindelwald, but he doesn't appear to be chained up, so maybe this is after he's free and he's talking to a crowd of his followers. So Credence breaks this wooden thing, which looks like it's a nest for some type of creature. And this thing looks like a dragon with a frill of feathery strands, glowing orange strands around its head. So this looks really cool, and I hope the CGI looks really cool in the movie. But, so, see some more scenes of things, and right here we see a scene of Hogwarts, of students of Hogwarts running. And so, then we see someone swimming in water. So, right here, I'm trying to get it. Right here, we see Dumbledore and Newt casting some type of spell that makes a glowing crack in the ground. So this could be some kind of attacking spell or some kind of shield spell like was used around Hogwarts. But we've seen this in other trailers and it looks really cool. So right there, you can see some coins. It looks like the Niffler's popping out of the suitcase, coming to join us once again. And we know now that the Niffler is going to have babies in the new movie, and hopefully they're cute little things. Right there, we saw people disapparating. So I wonder if that was a crowd of Grindelwald's followers, and they were getting out of there because Makusa or the Law or someone was coming. And we see a building exploding out, so there's a fight or something going on there. Which I believe was said about Hagrid, too. Hagrid never met a monster that he couldn't love. So here we see Grindelwald, and he looks to be free, and Newt and his brother and the Maledictus and Credence are all standing around him, perhaps to fight him, perhaps some of them to join him, we don't know. So this is Newt's brother, and he wants to attack Grindelwald, of course he does, because so far in these trailers, he kind of seems like the guy who would attack first and ask questions later. So there we see Grindelwald using some more of his blue fire magic, and maybe this is to shield himself from them or something, but they don't look like they're making a move to attack him just yet. And there we see the creature again with the glowing mane and the feathery tail. And we see some more images of like fighting, and we see a window being dissolved here. You see some fighting, fire versus normal fire versus blue fire. And the colors of the fire is important because in Harry Potter, the colors show symbolism, and in Harry Potter it's reversed because green and blue are usually good colors. They stand for good people, and red and orange stand for evil. So in Harry Potter it's reversed because Expelliarmus, the spell that Harry uses the most, is red. And Avada Kedavra, the evil killing curse that is Voldemort's signature spell, is green. And here we see Grindelwald using blue fire and Newt using red fire. So it's just some more symbolism. And right here we see Tina and Newt suspending some suitcases. Wingardium Leviosa. It's not Leviosa, it's Leviosa. Yes, suitcases. And that's Newt's brother right there, so I don't know if he was trying to stop them or trying to suspend the suitcases. Maybe he thinks that they're going to try to release creatures or something and he wants to fight them, or they're going to try to help Grindelwald, or they're not going to attack him. Anyway, it looks like they're going to be on opposing sides a little bit in this movie. So we see there some more magic, pushes him into a chair and ties him up. Now we haven't seen like a blue rope spell before. There's been a rope spell, but no. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed that breakdown, and are you excited that Nagini is being shown in the movie? This could mean many different things. It could mean Tom Riddle's going to be featured as a little baby. That'll be kind of weird. Or, like, what do we think of this? Because this means that does Voldemort know that Nagini the snake used to be a person? Did she turn into a snake before he was old enough to know her? Or did he know her and then she turned into a snake? Because we always assume that Voldemort met Nagini in the Albanian forests after he tried to kill Harry and turned her into one of his Horcruxes because he could possess her. But if he did it before trying to kill Harry, what does that mean for the series? Because then he would, if he knew that she was a person before, he would know that he could make a person into a Horcrux. And maybe he would have been more aware that he could have done that to Harry. So, leave a like, please subscribe, tell us what you thought in the comments. Goodbye.